Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody's doing well. I had a few minutes today, so I thought I'd make a video about something that I thought was kind of cool. So the other night I was trying to find a horror movie to watch. You know, it's becoming that season. It's time to watch horror movies. And as I was kind of going through them, I was kind of like, wow, like I didn't really realize how cool a lot of the artwork and like just the packaging in general are for a lot of these releases. And so I decided I was going to go through and pick out, I don't know, maybe 15 or 20 that I thought were some of my favorites, and just do a little video that's just talking about the artwork and a little bit about the release itself. And I thought that'd be a fun little video. So I got a few other things that I'm working on that aren't quite done yet, aren't ready to be released, so I thought I'd do this. Okay, so the first movie we got here is a movie from Severin Films, or Severin Video, one of the two, Severin Films, and that is The Changeling. And I know that the camera is right there, so I'm going to try to show it to you guys without that camera being in there. It's a pretty cool cover. This is a creepy, creepy movie. It has George C. Scott in it. It's just a good old-fashioned haunted house movie. And I love the, I love just the old like wheelchair here. I don't know if you can see that with like cobwebs on it. This movie, or not this movie, this case really emphasizes like what this movie's about and gives the vibe of this movie just from this case, which is really cool. And it's a slipcover. Take the slipcover off here. Then you got the same picture basically just in red. Kind of the same deal. This doesn't have any reversible artwork, and pretty much the same thing on the two discs. So yeah, it's The Changeling from Severin Films. This is a great film. If you ever get a chance, check it out. It's very creepy. Sorry if the framing is a little different from the last shot. My battery died and I had to put in a new one. Hit record, and that battery died because obviously I charge my batteries when I get done using them. So if you notice that the framing's a little off from the last one, I don't remember exactly how it framed, that's why. So, moving on. Next up we have The New York Ripper from Blue Underground. Sorry, some of these covers are a little graphic, I apologize. There's that New York Ripper right there. This is a Lucio Fulci film. See if we can put that in there. This is a very, very gritty film. I mean, the front cover kind of explains it all. It's pretty gritty. Good film, though, if you're into Lucio Fulci gory films. And then on the inside, you just have the same art cover. This one over here, the Blu-ray release, is a little raunchy. So, we're just going to, you know what, we're just going to keep that one in the case, and then I'll just, this one is just the same artwork as before. The other one's a little, I don't know, a little raunchy. I can probably get away with showing it, but let's not risk it. So yeah, so that's the Lucio Fulci film, New York Ripper. This is not one of his best films. It's good, but it's not one of his best. But it's still a great release. Anything by Blue Underground, they've been knocking it out of the park with their 4K releases. And these slipcovers you get are nice, durable slipcovers. Sometimes you get slipcovers that are just really flimsy and just really crappy. These are really, really good. And the letters pop out here and there. So, yeah. It's a New York Ripper. Next film up we have, it's another Blue Underground release. It's also another Lucio Fulci film. And that is The House by the Cemetery. Pretty boring back. On the inside there's no reversible art. It's the same art on there before. The thing that a lot of these releases do, they do a very good job of putting into the film, like the film artwork, the front cover, kind of explains a lot of how the movie is, the tone of the film. Because you just look at a cover just kind of like this, and it's like, okay, that describes the film to a T. A lot of these do that. Same with the New York Ripper, Changeling, a lot of these. And that's one thing that I really appreciate, the fact is that they take their time to not just do just random artwork. They're doing artwork for film to fit the film that you're purchasing. It's a nice added touch, and a lot of companies don't do that, but I've noticed with horror, especially older horror, they tend to do that a lot, and that's something that I really appreciate. Alright, next up we have a double feature release from Scream Factory, and it's a double feature, so there's that. Now, I'm assuming, I don't know if this, I just got this in the mail, I've never seen either of these films. So, I don't know if this artwork really provides like a tone for what the movie's like. I've never seen it. And then, those are the discs. Scream Factory, they're also another one that does really, really good like horror releases. And then there is reversible artwork. Bear with me, I'll be right back. So it's really kind of a pain that my viewfinder that I'm looking at up here to make sure that everything is in here is right in the middle of this shot, making it kind of difficult to see the images. Well, hopefully it'll show up okay. These are kind of cool. They kind of remind me of like an Iron Maiden cover or something. They're pretty cool. Yeah, so that is the Video Dead. Yeah, it's the Video Dead and Terror Vision double feature from Scream Factory. And I haven't watched it yet, so I don't know if they're any good. I just found it for a good price. This is one of my personal favorites. I did a video on these next two when I was down in Florida, when I found them down there. I did a quick little pickup video, but I didn't really talk about them too much, but the artwork on this one is one of my all-time favorites. It just screams Halloween. And that is Trick or Treat. That is just amazing artwork. It just screams Halloween. They put so much detail into a lot of these releases. It's just fantastic. There's the back side. And I was lucky to get a slipcover. That's the thing about like Scream Factories and a lot of these horror things. They'll do like these limited edition like slipcovers, and they don't do very many. And sometimes they go out of print, and then they're worth a lot of money. So if you can get them, like this one, this movie with the slipcover, I found the cheapest was for like 45 or 50 bucks online, brand new. And I went to I think it was FYE in Florida, and they had it there, and it was $29.99, so I had to pick it up. Normally I try not to pay that much, but for an out-of-print slipcover, I definitely will. So we'll take that out there, and then that's the alternate artwork, probably more like the theatrical artwork there. The back side, nothing too exciting there. Okay, next up we got another Scream Factory release. This is a movie I haven't seen yet, but I knew that this was out of print as well, and I found this one down in Florida for roughly 30 bucks, and I think it was going for a little bit more online, so I picked it up. And this cover is really sweet too. I really like this one. I haven't seen the movie. I haven't heard the greatest things about it. Sometimes the artwork's better than the movie, but we'll see. I'll check it out here probably this Halloween season. And that is Silent Hill. You can see that okay there. It's just very detailed. I love these covers when it's just like a collage of stuff where there's multiple random things going on. Is very exciting because I always feel like you're always finding something new. The back, the other artwork for the cover. Now most of these releases also, you'll have this one on the inside, but you can also flip it. It's reversible cover art, and you do also get like this option to have this as your cover too. It's on the inside, which you can kind of see it's the same cover on the inside. So that's Silent Hill and Scream Factory. Alright, next up we have we have two more Scream Factory releases. And this is another movie I picked up not that long ago. I have not seen yet. A lot of these movies I'm hopefully going to be watching during this Halloween season. And that is the movie Slither. I go in there. Try to see if I can get the best angle here. And this is a James Gunn movie, which most people know him from doing. I believe he did the new Suicide Squad, and he also did the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. But and then there is also alternate artwork. So there's no slipcover on this, so I couldn't flip it right away. So just bear with me. There, in the case and everything. I've heard this movie's a lot of fun. I look forward to checking that out. Next up is another Scream Factory release, and I'll be honest with you, it's a little shocking to me. I can't actually believe why I haven't upgraded this movie to Blu-ray yet, because it's excellent. I think I'm hoping it'll just be a 4K and I can upgrade the DVD. And this cover, there is so much going on. I absolutely love this cover, and it's a fantastic film. And that is George A. Romero's Day of the Dead. Trying to get this on the sides, trying to make it as clear as possible for you guys. It's the back side. And there's also alternate artwork. Next up, we got a couple from Arrow Films. And the first one up is Creepshow 2. And I love this old school artwork that they do. I remember seeing this growing up, like way before I saw the movie. There's alternate artwork. I'll flip it over here. Oh, there's the disc. I'm going to show you the disc. That's going to be the other artwork too. That's pretty cool. I remember seeing this artwork right here for years and years in the video store. You know, way before I saw the film. And I remember seeing that, and I remember just thinking, oh, that is so cool. That is like just creepy and cool and just looks awesome. There's the other artwork. Okay, so that's Creepshow 2. Next up, we have this is one of the Arrow standard Blu-ray collector's editions, and these are kind of cool. I'll go over their collector's editions. I mean, I might actually just do a whole separate video just on their collector's editions because they're really, really well made. But this is another one of my personal favorite artworks. But that is the American Werewolf in London. It's just so cool. There's just so much detail and time that goes into that in the back. It's just not much. But the thing that's really cool about these is these are sturdy. These are nice hard shell cases. Like they're a little spendy. Like when these usually come out there, if you get a 4K one, I mean you're looking at $50-something right away, which is why I usually like to wait until they go on sale. You wait a little bit and they usually go down in price. But you always get, I mean, they're just great releases. You always get like a little booklet, all kinds of photos and cool stuff. You get a poster, same cover art. Can't quite fit that in there. You get the idea. You get the reverse artwork. Then you got the disc, which is the same artwork. Oh, then you get some cool lobby cards. On one side, they all look like that. It's all the same. One, you have a little screenshots from the movie. So that's cool. So I mean, they charge for these collector sets, but they're usually great transfers. They look great. The soundtrack is great. So yeah, you get your money's worth for sure. It's not like they just charge you an arm and a leg and they don't make it worth your while. It is 100% worth your while. So that's An American Werewolf in London. I highly recommend this release too. It's fantastic. Alright, next up, we got a few titles from MVD Rewind Collection. And the thing that's cool about these videos, or at least the casing for them, is they're made to look like old retro video cases, like from a video store from the 80s. And I love that. A lot of companies are doing that now. I know Mill Creek has a line that does that. There's a few different ones. You can look into it. And I might actually do a video about that as well. But the first movie up I got from that line is Mortuary. There's the artwork there. It is this like nice like late 70s, early 80s, just horror. Just all these covers that I remember growing up seeing as a kid. And the thing that I really like about this too is that they got the old like, let's see if we can get it in focus here. Like the rated R sticker and the Be Kind Rewind sticker. And it's kind of cool, like down here, you look on the corner, it looks like an old VHS tape, like it's a Tor box. Flip it over, it's the same thing. On the other side there. Just looks like a Tor box. And it's just a great cover. I really do like that one. Open it up here. Same cover on the inside. Back. There's no flip artwork, but you do also get a little mini poster that you can hang or just keep in it if you want, which is pretty cool. Next up from the NVD Rewind collection is The House on Sorority Row. Now I remember as a kid this poster, because this is the theatrical poster art. I remember seeing this all the time in movie stores. And I remember thinking, it just looks so, like, gothic and, like, old, just classic, like, gothic horror. And I always, years and years and years before I even saw this movie, I always really enjoyed this cover. I mean, if you can kind of see there, like, the old shades in the background. They just kind of get, like, there's an old, decrepit mansion, like, gothic horror feel. The sun coming in. I love the front cover to this. I've always been a fan of that. And of course you got in there too, you got the horror sticker. Oh, let's see if we can get that in focus. Got that. Got the Be Kind Rewind, or the Please Rewind tape. This one I really love. Warning, this video cassette will melt if left in the car or in the sun. Okay, so that's The House on Sorority Row. The last one I got in the NVD Rewind collection. I'd never even heard of this movie. I saw somebody else do a video on it, so I just picked it up. And that is The Dark. I guess it's like an alien invasion movie. Very cool. I look forward to watching this one. This is an original Code Red release. Got the sci-fi again. Please Rewind Me. Just all the cool little touches, a staff pick that they do to make it feel like a retro old VHS. It may not seem like a lot to some people, but to some people that care about this kind of stuff and the packaging and those small minor details, it means a lot, and we really appreciate it as fans. So thank you for all the companies that do that. And they do a lot of that kind of stuff on all of these releases. And then you flip it up there, there's that. And then this one also, this MVD, comes with a poster. And I just realized I never went into detail on The House on Sorority Row. The inside, we'll show it in a second. This doesn't have any flip artwork, or maybe it is. I don't know, it's hard to tell, but then it comes with that. There's that in there, it just says The Dark. Just blah, not much to it. And there's the back side. Yeah, we showed that. Okay, so The House on Sorority Row. And this does have alternate artwork. I love that artwork too. Back side. course, the poster. Alright. Moving on. Sorry if the framing is off again. For some reason, my camera just randomly stopped recording. I don't know. It just did. So I had to check it, make sure that most of everything I recorded, and now I gotta come back. So, I swear we're gonna get through this video sooner or later. Okay, now moving on. We are, the next release is a Synapse Films release. I'm sorry, the cover is a little bit on the graphic side. It's a horror movie, I apologize. But it's very cool artwork, and the movie is fantastic. And that is Dario Argento's Suspiria. Yeah, it's very colorful. This really describes the movie to a T. It's very cool. Go up there, it's the back. This movie looks and sounds absolutely fantastic. This is by far the best this film's ever looked or sounded. It's great. Then on the inside, they got the original theatrical artwork, which is very cool artwork as well. Then the disc. This is a little catalog for Synapse Films. Artwork on it too. Those zombies. Here's the disc. Yeah, if you're looking for another horror movie to buy or looking to upgrade, like just get something new on 4K, especially if you've never seen it. Out of all of this, this is probably the #1 release that I recommend is Suspiria. It is so good. Alright. Next up, we have from Vinegar Syndrome. I have not seen this. I've heard this film is absolutely awful. Got it on sale. Love the artwork. I was like, whatever. I'll give it a shot. I love some of those movies that are so bad that they're actually kind of good. And that is Surf 2. Very, very colorful, very cool artwork. But I've heard not a very good film. And the backside, it's not overly risque, but it's risque enough. I'm not going to risk it. I'm not even going to show it. So moving on. Look at this here. Got this like very 1980s looking cover. On the backside, pretty boring. And also has alternate cover art. I mean, you could basically pick this one or this one, and I just flipped this one around for the sake of the video. There you go. There's the disc. Same artwork again on the inside. The thing I will say about Vinegar Syndrome is their slipcovers are just heavy duty. I mean, they're nice, heavy duty. They're not cheap by any means. They usually charge, I usually only get these movies when they're on sale, but they charge a decent amount for them. So, I mean, you pay for what you get. I mean, you do get a very sturdy, very thick slipcover, and that's something I appreciate. At least they're not just ripping people off. They're charging a decent amount of money for these movies, but you're getting good, high quality. Okay, next up, and we are getting close. I have 4 more here, and then 1 more thing over here to show you, and I think that's probably it. Next up, we have from Vestron Video Collectors Series is Little Monsters. Howie Mandel and Fred Savage. I grew up with this movie. I loved it. And I watched it when I first got this. I think I watched it the first day it came in the mail. And it was so nostalgic. I mean, oh man, all these memories just came flooding back. But it's just great artwork. I love that artwork on there. They did a very good job. They did a very good job on that. So there's that there. That one again. Backside. Same thing. Little Monsters. Alright, next up we have, this movie only came out a couple years ago, but I tell you, this is a great Halloween movie. I think it takes place right around Halloween, and I remember reading these books when I was a kid, and the stories didn't really scare me nearly as much as the images, and they do a great job of taking those images from those books and putting it into this film, and they look really cool. And this is the steelbook version of, the 4K steelbook version of Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark. And I love that artwork. In the back, you just got a little spider hanging on the back there. Inside you got a picture of, I forget the name of that character, but she was very creepy. All right, next up we have, I have not seen this movie yet either, but I love the art, and I think it was $4.99 on Blu-ray on Amazon one day, so I picked it up. Well, I like the director, and I can never say his name. Same guy who did Scary Stories to Tell in the Dark, Pan's Labyrinth. I think it's like Guillermo del Toro. I always screw his name up. But that's Crimson Peak. And that is just very cool artwork. It's hard to tell. I mean, I love that blue, just kind of gothic looking mansion in the background. It's the same kind of deal like with those curtains and that shot from the house on Sorority Row. When I see something like that, I picture of it being in a house that's like on this cover. Just old, decrepit, gothic looking mansion. That's the backside there. I really hope this stuff's in focus. I'm trying not to. I noticed in one of my last videos, I kept trying to show something and I couldn't get in focus because it was focusing on my face. So I'm trying to get it in there while still looking without having it focus on my face so that it can focus on this. So hopefully it does. If not, I'm sorry. On the inside, it's not anything that exciting. Pretty boring. Okay. Next up, we have The Return of the Living Dead, which is not a great movie. It's good. I do enjoy it, but I really do like the artwork. This was dirt cheap too. I think I got this for like $5.99 on Amazon. Or actually, this might have even been Best Buy, like $3.99, $4.99, $5.99, somewhere around there. You have the backs, back not anything like great. And this has no alternate artwork, but I do like the gothic looking grave on there. Very cool. Yep, The Return of the Living Dead. Now, this next movie, I didn't watch this movie as a kid. And I remember I had a buddy who'd always kind of tease me. He's like, you never watched it as a kid? I just, for some reason, it just was never around. There were a lot of movies I watched as a kid, and I don't know why this one fell off the radar, but I did watch it a few years back for the first time, and even as an adult, I loved it, and so I picked it up, and especially because the artwork on this is just awesome. This is another one of those that just kind of pinpoints the mood and atmosphere of the movie just through the artwork on the front cover, and that's The Monster Squad. This movie is a lot of fun. It's just a blast. Just you got all that Universal monsters, old school monsters on there. Love that artwork. Absolutely love it. There's the back. And then you got the disc there. This is Monster Squad. Yeah. This movie is a blast. I absolutely love this movie. Okay. Last up, we have, this came out last year. I did an unboxing video of it. This was probably my favorite release of last year. Not even just because of the artwork, although the artwork helps. But it's just an excellent release. I mean, and these films have never looked better or sounded better. This is all around just a excellent release. And that is, of course, Scream Factory's Friday the 13th box set. And the artwork is just impeccable. There's just so much going on. Like I said, I love these collages. There's the side of the box, other side of the box, and the movies. And then I'm not going to go through every single one of them because this video is already like 40 minutes long. It's going to take forever. But what I am going to do is I will show you my favorites. I think I have 2 or 3 in here. That's really my favorites. My favorite is the original. I just love that. It's just a very clever, cool cover. You got the line of Jason, and you got all of them trapped inside of Jason, pretty much. They're caught up in there. I love it. That's the back. There's the other artwork right there. Next up is the final chapter. I have a magnet with this on it. I've always thought that is such a cool cover. And it's one of my favorite movies in the collection. I just really like this one. Got a very young Corey Feldman. It's always a blast. In fact, that's him in that mask right there. There's the alternate artwork for that one. And last up is Friday the 13th, Part 7, The New Blood. And that doesn't have alternate artwork, but it does have this. And then real quick, before I go, I do have a couple new movies that are coming in that won't be here till October. But the artwork on those, on these two, are just so great. I had to share it in there real quick. And the first one is Demons, Part 1 and Part 2 on 4K from Synapse Video. I mean, look at that artwork. It's just fantastic. I haven't seen either of these two movies. I've heard so much about them and how awesome they are. So I really look forward to checking those out in October. But I mean, like I said, I love those collage artworks, and that just has so much going on in it. It's absolutely fantastic. I mean, if the movies are half as good as that artwork, I'm in for a real treat. But yeah, so I got that one coming in. And then next up, I ordered all 5 of these on 4K that are coming this fall. But the only one of the artworks I thought really, really stuck out, and that is Scream Factory's release of Halloween 3 on 4K. I mean, just look at that artwork. I mean, this artwork stands out. The other ones are cool, but this one stands out more than any of the other artwork. It just screams fall, Halloween time, trick-or-treating, very nostalgic. I love the effects of just the added leaves, the fall leaves, which is on all the covers. It's got the factory in the background, and those 3 masks are just extremely cool, very creepy. And I know for a lot of years, a lot of people didn't really care for this movie, but it's become a cult classic. It's become one of my favorites. I really look forward to it. And just real quick, here was the other release from Scream Factory. The artwork for the 4K, or not the 4K, but the Blu-ray. That's also excellent artwork. Okay, so that's it, guys. I know this video ran a little long, a lot longer than I anticipated it to. But I just thought it would be kind of cool to show off some of the artwork that a lot of these companies are doing for these releases. Like I said, it's just, you know, we're into September. For me, it's Fright season. Halloween has started. I go all September, all October, usually even a little bit into November. And then somewhere right around a week into, like a week before Thanksgiving, I kind of start going into a little bit of Christmas mode, Thanksgiving, Christmas mode. But September, October, that's Fright season. That's horror movies. That's all kinds of fun stuff. Anything and everything Halloween related. So, that's it, guys. That's all I got for you today. Thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, give it a big thumbs up. Lets me know you guys like what I'm doing. Like, comment, subscribe, all that fun stuff. Share. And thank you very much for bearing with me. If any of you are still watching, I really appreciate it. Thank you so, so much. And I hope you guys all have a good day. And I will talk to you later. Bye.